Welcome back to another brand spanking new episode of the Order of the Blazing Horse, the only Detroit Pistons podcast based on a mystical prophecy. I am one of your prophets touched by a horse, a very powerful horse, as some of you may have sensed, in a very appropriate, consensual, ethereal way. Harry Morrow's out here in Ypsilanti, joined as always by my co-host with the most out on the West Coast,
Mickey Jacobs. Very, very stoked to be here with you, Harry. We got a special guest on a special day. Welcome back to the pod, Aaron Weaver.
Woo!
Yeah. All the way in LA from Detroit. Here we are. Windsor born. What's up, everybody?
Ooh, over the ambassador.
The ambassador.
I don't know if I knew you were born in Windsor, but I'm happy to know that. Now you're here, you're lit, the fucking chat is lit. Let's go. Chat, get the dubs in there.
My guy Tony, the prophecy is real. It's true. It's happening.
It's the year of the fire horse. We've been following
it. Is the fire horse.
Mm-hmm.
Action. Yes.
Everything is aligning right now. We're all there. So shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to you all for being here. And if you're new to the show, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on your notifications. We're going to kick that off right from the get-go. Aaron, we texted a little bit a couple games ago, feeling pretty down. Mickey, you and I have been texting, feeling pretty down. And we came into game 6 yesterday with this you gotta win mentality, because that's where we were at as far as the team goes. It was win or go home. And it was started a little bit ominous with an odious turnover with the pressure, I should say, that forced the ball to backcourt with 1 second left in the shot clock, and Cade just had to chuck it full court, ended up in a turnover. Not the way you wanted to start. Pistons did end up winning that first quarter, and then we end up right with the second quarter, which was an absolute nightmare. Mickey, why don't you break down the second quarter a little bit? Because I think that that's when you started texting me pretty heavily.
Yeah, I'm 34. I don't really use the term crash out, but I was crashing out bad. It was not good. A little window behind, or peek behind the curtain. I had to go to my girlfriend's birthday dinner shortly.
Shout out and happy B-Day.
Shout out and but was not feeling good. Was in a bad way. It felt like they were hitting everything. The Pistons, by they I mean the Magic.
They were. They shot 56% from the floor in the
rotations. The defensive rotations were a problem. Just communication felt bad, and dug ourselves a little 24-point hole.
22 in the first half.
22 and a half. Yes, and then it became 24.
Yeah. Aaron, how did you feel watching that second quarter? What were you getting from this game?
Oh man, I was mad. I was mad at our boys. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, what are you guys doing? I'm like, can we just hire a coach that can tell our guys to look behind you every once in a while? Because Jalen Duren is right there, and he's going to poke the ball away. Just know he's there. Look behind you. Okay, that's it. That's all we need to do.
On offense and defense, I feel like that's the case, because they let the backdoor cuts happen and they let the backdoor steals happen all the time. And so I want to point out something at Detroit Indy, all the way in the Ukraine, by the way. Shout out to at Detroit Indy. They said, I'm so not proud of what I was posting and texting during the second and third quarters of that game. Mm-hmm. You're not alone in that, because all of Blue Sky, and I'm assuming all of Twitter, I don't even want to look at what Twitter was, not that I'm on that or anything.
You should have seen Reddit. It was it was a cesspool. I mean, more of a cesspool than normal, I would say. It was really not.
Insane people losing their minds, saying the wildest, oh my God, it's over, heartbreaking stuff. Everyone was so upset. Mickey, I'm going to throw you under the bus a little bit.
Go ahead,
Mickey's doom texts to me were out of control. Out of control. I literally told him he had to chill out with it. I was like,
I think I said, sorry, I'll stop dooming, and then fire off 4 more doom. It's because I know it's bad and I can't help it.
I said it's only the first half, and then I was like, actually, this is kind of getting bad. I think the last thing I said to you, Mickey, was like, we just got to get it to if we get it back to like single digits before the half will be good. And then they went up 22, and I was like, okay. Here's the bad thing I posted on our Blue Sky. I said, well, it's a shame that we're not going to get to see a second series here to really verify whether this is playoff Duren or if this is just an Orlando Duren sort of thing, because that's going to make contract stuff pretty complicated. And scrolling through all that, like I was feeling bad. I went upstairs. I told my wife, I was like, I guess this is the last Pistons game of the season. She was pumped.
Shout out Hannah.
Yeah. And then on Blue Sky, a light in the sky, a very, very dim light, even though there was a lot of brightness coming from this one individual. I'm going to shout out Ian McCullough. He posted on Blue Sky, Pistons fan. The only team I believe can come back from this is this fucking team. Let's fucking go. I want to give a little bit of background on this. The Pistons were down 22 in the first half, 24 at the start of the second half. They have not come back from 20 all year. They've had 9 attempts, have not done it. The NBA as a whole, this season, I think in nearly 500 attempts to come back from 20 has happened 20 times this year. I used to say that 20-point leads aren't shit. They're apparently heavy shit. And that's the hole that the Pistons had dug themselves into. And then we start the second half, not so great. They have the turnover, goes up 24. It's pretty rough. Then the Pistons start chipping away, get to about 10 points as far as differential goes. Aaron, how were you feeling when that sort of thing started happening?
It felt good. It felt really good. I mean, like it was hard to believe, you know. It was like I wanna get my hopes up for this, but it's also like I don't want to be heartbroken again. So I was navigating those feelings, but yeah,
it's tough when you're our age, right? When you've gone through a couple heartbreaks and you're like, I've seen the signs, bro.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Oh, she's coming back. She's coming back. Oh, she's typing the
text. She left her toothbrush. I swear to God.
She did that on purpose, man. Yeah.
And then she comes and she's like, she like just sends you a text like, actually, can you throw it out? And that was Anthony Black hitting a 3, Tristan Da Silva hitting a 3.
Tristan Da Silva, TDS.
What was so crazy is in the third quarter, that first basket put up 24. That was one basket. Pistons cut it to 10. Then it goes up to 17 on 2 threes and a free throw. That made a 17-point game where it felt like it was for sure over. This comeback was not going to happen. That was 3 of the 4 field goals Orlando Magic made in the entire second half.
That's so hard to believe.
That is mind-blowing.
Insane.
It's
literally historic. It's actual history.
Yes, let's go over the history of what happened. Pistons overcame this 24-point deficit to win by double digits. I think 14 points. Is that what they ended up winning by? It was like a 38-point turnaround. The largest comeback in an elimination game for a road team in playoff history since the play-by-play era. 4 of 37 from the field in the second half. The worst shooting percentage by a team in the play-by-play era. 19 points.
That's us, baby.
The worst amount of points and a half in the postseason, maybe in the regular season too. I don't know. I think it's in the postseason in the play-by-play era in NBA history. 23 straight missed field goals by the Orlando Magic. And the one field goal they had, that Paolo bucket drive to the rim, that was them just giving him this basket. That was the only basket they made in the entire fourth quarter. 1 for 20 in the fourth quarter. 19 points scored total. Cade had 19 points in the fourth quarter. I don't know what to say, bro. They went 45 real-time minutes without making a field goal.
It's so crazy, man. They're bad. Like, that was awesome to see them that bad. But I mean, God, the defense was just so
smothering.
Yeah.
So fire, man. I was getting real down on Ausar in the first half. I was like, bro, if nobody has to guard you ever, then like you are Andre Roberson. Like, what are we talking about? But then second half, like I've never seen so many plays made on defense, just like changing the game on it was just amazing.
He's so impactful. I also there's so many amazing blocks where he somehow manages to retain possession. That's such an insane skill.
Yeah.
To not only deflect but also just turn it into offense. Because like for a player who's not known for his offense at all, he creates opportunities we desperately need.
He's averaging. Let's just go to Ausar because
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are going to start on Cade. We'll go to Cade next, but
We'll get to Cade.
Let's start with Ausar because defense really was the turnaround. Defense was the story, and those plays. And Richard GM for it in the chat says that block on Wendell Carter Jr. Was insane. The block that happened right after that Cade 3 on the right on the wing. Cade 3 block on Wendell Carter Jr. Push it back up. Cade gets fouled. Turn to 10 points. That block, which is the thumbnail for this episode, by the way, if you haven't seen it, you got to go back and watch. Just crazy shit. Let's talk some Ausar Thompson stats. This is his second straight game with double-digit rebounds. He had 15 last game. He had 10 this game. 6 assists in both last 2 games. 5+ stocks. He had 7 last game. He had 5 tonight. This is what he's averaging in the series. 9 points per game, 3 assists per game, over 9 rebounds a game, only 2 turnovers a game. 2 turnovers a game for Ausar Thompson. He's averaging more blocks per game than he is averaging turnovers. He's averaging more steals per game than he is averaging turnovers. He's first in the postseason in steals. He's second in the postseason in blocks. He's 5th in the postseason in rebounds. He's second on the Pistons in just best players on this fucking team, dude. Like, it's nuts watching this kid play. I'm so pumped he's on our team.
Yeah. I almost messaged you, Harry, because last game he was very close to a 5x5, or actually a 6x5 because he had over 5 turnovers. But I think he was just three blocks away. 3 blocks away. Yeah, because he had five steals. Pretty insane. It feels like he's definitely going to get one within the next season.
It has to.
Are you talking about a jump shot?
I wouldn't hold my breath on that one. I like when he's confident enough to take the midi, though. I think he has to do it. It's not going to be over, and maybe this series isn't the time. But
he took 2 threes in this series, last couple games. He's taking a 3 from the corner here, so at least he's confident enough to do that. I didn't love him taking that 3, even though he was wide open, just because there was so much time left on the clock. But whatever. And I think, part of his offense is tough right now too, because of the way Orlando's playing Detroit, as far as clogging the paint all up on Jalen Duren. So there's stuff going on there, but he's shown, even though he didn't score in the second half, it doesn't matter. The impact is so crazy.
Yeah. And if he can get a 10-foot jump shot, just fling it, just a flinger. His brother's got it. His brother almost has it anyway. So once he gets that, man, it's just that'll help so much. I just want the free throw to go up. If you can get that free throw percentage to 70% instead of this 53% what it said in the playoffs right now, and in honesty, I do think it's looking a little bit better. But if that free throw percentage goes up, then just drive and get fouled and get those free throws up. It's incredible. You can get
to the line. It's just, can you convert?
Ampersand says the defense is on another level. I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall in the visitors' locker room yesterday during halftime. Richard DM for it says AT makes dagger plays on the defensive end. Detroit Indy says Ausar is becoming the Wemby level unicorn. The only difference is he's actually a small forward, power forward, so you can play a stretch 4 with him. Richard also says AT is the second best player in this series. Maybe true as far as consistency goes, but defensively, he's the best player in this series, and I don't think it's close. The best player in this series, though, and again, let's remember that Ausar had 5 stocks in this game. I think 5 stocks in the second half. The other player who had 5 stocks in the second half, these 2 players combined for 10 stocks in the second half, was Cade Cunningham.
Oh my God!
How fucking unreal is it? That he had this. The 19-point fourth quarter, crazy. This is Cade's also 12th straight 20-plus point game to start his playoff career. He's averaging 32.5 on 43, 36, 84 splits, 6.5 rebounds a game, 6.3 assists point game, 1.7 stocks a game. The second half is when it all started because he started doing that full court press. He got some serious steals and made things happen. When your star player is doing that, Aaron, for you, how has it been watching Cade in the postseason so far?
Dude, when I saw him get that second steal, that second poke out steal at half court, I was like, it felt like he was just doming the other team. Like it felt, it felt like a dominatrix role play where he's like, "Bitch, no, you're gonna go over here. I'm gonna do this, and you're gonna take it, and I'm gonna get the layup, and you're gonna watch me."
Oh, did you say the safe word? I didn't hear that.
It's like in Euro Trip when the safe word is something you can't pronounce, right?
Yeah, you have an apple in your mouth because I put it there. Now shut up. Oh, it's so awesome to like just see him be that good on both ends. Like it's so rare to see that, and that's why it's so annoying to see like Luka get in the MVP talks and Luka first team. Like, what are you talking about, man? Like, Cade should be there before him. I don't care how many points he scores. Like, he's doing it on both ends. He's playmaking, he's scoring, he's carrying the team. It's just so fun to watch.
Oh my God! I've been great job at Detroit, Indy on that poll. And Richard brings up that this is coming back from the collapsed lung. On top of it,
yeah,
these numbers are a month removed from a collapsed lung. That's friggin' nuts. The two-way thing, I don't think you can stress that enough. Like compared to other players, what have you? It allows for so many. Being a two-way player like this allows for like Duncan Robinson to be in the starting lineup. It allows for Tobias Harris to be in the starting lineup. It allows for Ausar to be in the starting lineup. It's wild. And his size is just all of it's so massive for the Pistons. Mickey, what have you felt about this Cade Cunningham experience?
Yeah, there's really only guys like right now in the playoffs. It's really just like him, Shea, and Wemby that are so effective on both ends. And I'm not saying he's the defender Wemby is or anything, but I think he has to work harder on defense than Shea does just because of the defensive infrastructure that OKC has. But it's really cool to see him explode scoring wise. Just because the Magic know they can't double him because then he'll just create for his teammates. So they're forcing him to do it. And he's doing it a lot. Like they're averaging 32.5 points, 45, 36, 84 splits. The turnovers are crazy, but so is the usage and the gravity. 1.7 stocks. Yeah, it's sick. He's just rising to that level and just refusing. I think the heartbreak from the Knicks series is still like nobody wants to experience that again. It would be worse. It would be way worse this time because they're the 1 seed and the Magic are the 8th seed. And just no disrespect to the Magic. Like I actually don't hate them. Like I hated the Knicks last year. I just think they're a more defensive team and just play harder and they're not getting as many breaks from the refs. But man, he is really giving it to him and just, the Cade versus Paolo ban for ban game was cute. It was cool. Now he's just gotta finish it, and it looks like he's doing it.
Yeah, I mean, like they're both coming off 45-point games, and then in the next game, Paolo went 4 of 20 and Cade
420, baby.
420, baby.
Mike Paolo.
Blazing horses, right?
Yeah.
It's just nuts watching this dude play when you know he's the entire offense of this team. Like not the entire offense.
We'll get to it. Yeah.
Let's get to that.
Well,
the turnovers went down a little bit. Like he had 4, but again, that first turnover was, what are you going to do? So 4 turnovers is an improvement. He did have that terrible turnover spell. Hopefully he can figure that out a little bit, but the efficiency as far as like shooting goes is great. You can't be upset with 36% from 3 on the amount of threes he's taken, 85% from the line, even though it does seem like he's missing some free throws. I just can't believe we're getting this production out of him. Aaron, I kind of stampeded over you there. What were you bound to say?
Oh, you're the blazing horse, man. It's okay. I was just curious. Do you guys think that we are more like current OKC with a superstar, young talent around us on the rise, great team? Or do you think we're more 2007 Cleveland Cavaliers where we're just kind of realizing we have this superstar that's amazing and carrying us in every way, and the supporting cast needs to get way better? Like, I'm just curious where you guys are at with that.
Do you have an answer, Mickey?
It's looking, some of these halves, it's looking to me a little bit more like the Cavs. Like, I'm like, yeah, this is great. I love our team, but I'm so ready for the improvements.
I think it's somewhere in the middle. Because I don't think part of the cope when we were down 3-1 was like, well, this isn't even our final form. Like we haven't, the Magic spent their money. They went out and got Desmond Bane, but that's all true. I'm not saying using that as an excuse for losing if we lost or if we do. Not that that's gonna happen, but the fact that like this front office has been really patient. I think some people think to a fault, because like OKC, they have J-Dub, they got pretty lucky in the draft. They got Chet. Like they had some pretty exciting pieces, but I mean, I still think the Pistons are going to improve in the offseason no matter what.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, right now, yeah, there's a little Braun carry us, dude. Take us home. What do you think, Harry?
I'm right there with you. So is Richard DM40 says it's both an option. Young core is good and still improving, but they're also clearly lacking at least one piece. I think that much is true. Like coming into the playoffs, we thought we had a number 2 piece potentially in Jalen Duren. And I think right now what we're seeing in this series, no shade to him, is that ain't the case. Which is a bummer for his wallet, without a doubt. But in all honesty, that's probably good news for the Pistons as far as roster building goes, depending on how, I mean, it's going to be a difficult contract discussion. I don't want to get too into that, but like this is a little tease for a future episode. Mickey and I have talked about like possible options that the Pistons have to like rearrange, and the future is pretty bright, kind of because of the limitations of these players, right? Like Ausar's not going to make crazy bank because he has not the offensive game that you're hoping for. Duren's not going to make crazy bank because we're looking at it, right? Then Ron Holland, there's questions about his offensive game. So what's that going to be? We know the Pistons need a number 2 option. They don't have anybody who's crazy overpaid yet. That's where we're at right now, is like, as long as they don't overpay Duren in the offseason, you have the ability to get your number 2 guy. And I know people are like, oh, they should have traded for somebody at the trade deadline. You don't know what that was going to cost. That could have cost 4 first-round picks to get someone like Trey Murphy, and that might not have worked out. It could have cost 5 first-round picks to get someone like Lauri Markkanen, and then your future's screwed and your contracts are all messed up, even if the team fit is pretty nice. Who knows what this offseason holds for the Pistons, who are in a pretty favorable cap position and who can now negotiate contracts to make it even more flexible. And you've got guys like Kevin Huerter, who may or may not be on this team next year. A guy like Duncan Robinson, who we love, but his contract makes it very easy to move on from him. A guy like Karis LeVert, who's on expiring next year. We don't have Tobias Harris on the roster next year right now. And currently he's making what, 25 to 26 million. Okay. So like that money is for sure going down. There's no way he's making close to that. So when all that clears up, it's like, well, the Pistons actually have the ability to trade for someone, or maybe, and they also have a draft pick that's not terrible this year. It's 21 right now. They could potentially trade up a little bit more if they wanted to do that, if they have their eye set on somebody who they could potentially see as a starter or somebody who could be a future star on this team. There are a lot of options. And we also know that we have some star kind of role player guys. I think Jalen Duren is like a third option, big, works, cost depending. I think Ausar Thompson's a must keep no matter what. Like the defense is just too incredible. The passing is too incredible. The potential too incredible. He seems like a great guy. He's obsessed with basketball. There's no way you can give up an athletic freak like that. You still have Isaiah Stewart on a pretty good contract. You still have Paul Reed next year on a pretty good contract. You signed Danis Jenkins for another year at like friggin' peanuts. So there's flexibility. Danis hasn't been like great in the playoffs, but oh well. They're still, we'll see. This is essentially his rookie year. When it comes to that, I think we'll see a pretty significantly different Pistons team next year. But I also think that a lot of the young guys will be very important. And when better pieces are attached around them, the team will make more sense as a whole. That's where I stand.
I think that sums it up pretty well. The future is bright. It's looking good. I just would have liked to see like not Lowry, not Trey, just give us like Colin Sexton, give us like, one of those moves.
Yeah.
If they got an IO instead of Kevin Huerter, we're probably feeling it a pretty different, a different kind of way.
Looks so good. By the way, free agent, I believe in the 26, 27. But I hear you, Aaron, like kind of how we got Schroeder at the deadline last season, and he was so huge for us in the postseason.
He was huge for Cleveland. Not 2 nights. I mean, Cleveland lost last night, but he was huge for Cleveland in Game 5. In Game 5, had 19 points or something like that. And we don't have anybody like that right now on this team.
It was a big bet on Danis, and it's been up and down, mostly down.
It's been mostly down, but
Yeah.
it's because you're still in it, right? You still have
Yeah.
time to figure out where it's going. And also, you didn't give him a huge contract. He's not burning a hole in your roster flexibility by any stretch of the imagination.
I also think
No.
to some degree, the Magic are just a tough matchup for a lot of these guys. I think for Duren as not the third option, as the second option, is getting a ton of attention, and that's making it really hard for him to operate. Not making excuses for him. It's just what's happening. And then Danis is smaller, and like Anthony Black's a big guard. Jalen Suggs is bigger. It's hard. And this is his first playoffs. He's basically a rookie. So it's, I think that if we get out of this round, there's hope that things will be better, just matchup wise and sort of with the lessons we've learned from this playoff series already.
100%. I mean, the runway is looking a lot more clear now with the Celtics looking so bad, or not even bad, just like can't close out the Sixers. Like, the Knicks are there. They're looking tough, but, Eastern Conference Finals versus the Knicks, that'd be amazing. And, the Cavs and the Raptors, like, we're not scared of them at all. So it's just like, the runway is looking pretty nice right now, assuming we win this next game.
You got to get there. You just got to get there. And these 2 points are going to transition. And also, speaking of transition, let's transition into liking and subscribing. If you haven't done that, we're going to say do it on a regular basis here. It's so easy. I actually got to teach my dad how to do it. To learn how to like and subscribe on this. Shout out my dad, fresh out the surgery, getting some arthritis out of his, or not arthritis. What's that word? Carpal tunnel out of his wrist. So healthy heals to Pops out there.
Yeah, rest up. Yeah. Get back, Daddy Moros. Detroit
Indy says, who's the 2026-27 Dennis Schroeder? We need someone like that. This is my transition into the guy who we need to give flowers to. I think it's going to be Tobias Harris, because Tobias Harris has been phenomenal for the Pistons. Coming into it, everyone was like, oh, the defense is going to be such a problem. People from Philly are like, watch him disappear in the playoffs. It's going to be nothing. We got to replace him. People are talking about, we got to replace him next year. Priority number one is we got to replace him in the starting lineup next year. This dude, 22-10 with 0 turnovers last game. He's literally our only other consistent offensive player. Let's go over all of the games, the series that he's had. Start out 17 points, then 16 points, 23 points, 20 points, 23 points, 22 points. That is awesome. He's doing that while shooting 19% from 3. So he sucks to 3, and he's still doing this. Here's another crazy stat. Tobias Harris has 7 turnovers total in this series. The amount of usage he has, that amount of turnovers is mind-blowing to me. He's been so friggin' clutch. It's just so nice to have him. I kind of envision him on coming off the bench in the second unit next year, and I think he can be your offensive source, your offensive go-to guy in that role. While you still have Danis on the team being your backup point guard, then we're figuring out what the 2-3 position is going to be as far as the second unit goes.
Yeah, we were talking about how great it would be if Tobias just moves to the bench next season, and as far as we're concerned, just retire here, become our Udonis. He was one of 3 starters last night who had 10 rebounds. That's insane. You don't see that a lot from a starting lineup. How do you feel about Tobias this series, Aaron?
Oh, he's been amazing, and I think the bench is a great place for him next year. And I love watching him do something awesome, just posting up Suggs and just swishing it over his face in a clutch moment, and then he doesn't get excited too much after his whole eyes will just start glaring, and it'll be and it's just this this fun personality thing with him where it's I want to see him explode, but it's just fun to see him do his thing. And he's been our second best player. He should be the 6th man on a really good team, but he's the second option on a really good team somehow.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's crazy how effective it's been in that way. And we did get to see him fired up last year in the playoffs against the Knicks. There were some good screen grabs of him doing that. I want him to hit the 3 so we can see the 3 Sully a little bit more. I love the
I saw one in the first half when we were down bad, but he's still like angry phone call answer. Like it's like your lawyer, you're getting sued, but
Speaking
I
of
gotta
celebrations,
take this.
I want to celebrate this man's fit because I've said it before. I think he's like just an
Icon.
absolute fashion icon. And
Mhm.
coming into the game, let's take a look at this fit. You guys see this shit?
What?
I'm like an F1 driver out here.
What?
Wild.
What an outfit. Let's give it another look because that's
Big game, big pants.
that's
I like
something
it.
else right there.
Damn, he looks like he's coming out of the forest with the Lord of the Rings elf.
Pulls out a bow from
Where's
his back.
Tyler?
Yeah.
I gotta give it up to Albuquerque. She's on Blue Sky. She's French, and she goes, in my head, I always thought he looked Cuban. Right now, I've decided if he dresses like that, he's Cuban, not Mark. That's Havana Harris right there.
Yeah.
he's Cuban Uncle T.
So good.
It's a good look. I every time I go to the thrift, I'm like looking for shirts I think Tobias Harris would wear.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get.
That's good inspo. Good fitspo.
Wow.
It's
I didn't know this about him. He's always doing. He's always got.
Drippy.
Seriously fine drip.
That makes me respect him so much more. I thought he was just unk, but
He puts that shit on. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a cool unk. Okay.
Mhm.
Uncle DRIP, Uncle Drippy.
Yeah, okay.
It's a good look. He's been so good for this team. He's been so good for the locker room. And like, every team needs a vet. He's the vet. He is our vet guy, and he's really showing how to be there in the big moments. Ampersand brings up that Sixers fans blaming Unc when the cause of their sorrow is still in their house. Like, I mean, maybe true. Shout out to Fred F and Jacobs 1 in the chat. Maybe you talked about this, but what happened to Beef Stew? We are going to get there to this for the next section. Do you guys have other stuff you want to say about Tobias Harris? You want him back on the team next year, I'm assuming.
Yeah, give us Tobias at like 15 mil. Be amazing. 10 mil.
I think that's reasonable. I think he had a nice contract and was just a huge contributor for us. We got yes, Pistons fashion. Yeah, and I think he's down for that. I feel like he's said just how much he loves the fan base and how much he wants to be here. Because I think there were Lakers rumors with Tobias, just them wanting more of a two-way reliable guy like that. But I think he wants to stay. I think you gotta respect the loyalty. Do we know, just to answer my dad's question? Welcome to the chat. First timer. Stu was dealing with something.
This is what sounds. According to Locked On Pistons, Cahill, he was dealing with something on the bench, which is why he didn't come back in the second half. I thought he was getting benched for some reason. He came out with Paul Reed for the dual big lineups in the second, and finally it didn't go great though. Like that was the start of the skid as far as it went. But I haven't seen any report about what's going on with him. Isaiah Stewart scoreless. I haven't seen anything anyone say what's up.
Yeah, Amari didn't say anything about it. Yeah,
I'm assuming it's not that serious. Otherwise, we'd know about it.
Might have tweaked something a little bit, or it was just sore or something. But yeah, shout out BBall Paul, my fellow DePaul alumni here.
Look at that hat. New demon.
Instant impact.
When BBall Paul came in the second half, it really changed the trajectory of that game. It's just so much energy. 10 minutes, 6 points, 6 rebounds, 3 steals. That's B-ball Paul, dude.
Dude, I don't. This feels blasphemous to say, but I feel like he's a better matchup in this series than Duren. Like because he can shoot, he can finish. I'm sorry, but Duren, if he's not dunking, he's gonna have a hard time finishing a layup and contest it. Like B-ball Paul is more flexible. He's quicker on his feet. We got to get him more minutes somehow.
I don't
think it's blasphemous at all.
I think it's just straight up correct. So Mickey, go ahead and say what you're gonna say.
I think you make great points, and I think I just like his. First of all, the fact that he can space a little bit, and his middies and his three, I don't think they fell really, but he's just so active with his hands and the fundamentals, just boxing out. Someone on Reddit was saying this. It feels like he reminded Duren how to box out. And just like, it was like, oh yeah, if I just like park myself here, I'll have a good shot at the rebound. 2 blocks in like 10 minutes.
I think it was 3.
Yeah,
3
3?
steals. 3 steals is what he ended up with
Wow.
in it. So like
Yeah.
good. He's got active hands. He just moves at a different speed than the rest of the bigs. Richard says BBall Paul is the most diverse bag of Pistons bigs, and he's a great positional defender. The Orlando Magic are clearly playing be big and brutal with the Pistons' big, brutal front court. And Paul Reed is our shiftier, smaller, quicker, like gnat mosquito in your ear type big. And it's affecting them. He's having way more effect getting to the basket too, like getting around defenders and getting there. The offensive rebound, I think he grabbed 3 offensive rebounds when he came in, and that was enormous. So yeah, play this man. Like get him going. Every time he's played this season, it's been successful. And like you said, Aaron, like it's just not working for Jalen Duren right now. I think Jalen Duren's actually in fourth quarters lately been pretty good, but in the middle of games, he has this immense leeway. And I get you want to get your guys going. I get you want to get your guys going and you believe in your guys. But sometimes you need to believe in your eyes. And your eyes are telling you that he's getting kind of worked here right now. I'm pro Jalen Duren. I like him. I'd like him on the team. But in this series, they figured him out. And Detroit hasn't figured him out quite yet. But I guess, players getting there, you got to get them involved. Here's one thing I will say about Jalen Duren in the front court rotation. Leading up to this point, in this game, I think they did a much better job of it than they have at any other game this entire series. In the first game when Duren got worked, they're like, oh, we just got to get Duren involved more. There were so many turnovers that were players trying to get Jalen Duren the ball when he was doubled up or throwing him these wild passes when there's someone swinging off the back trying to get to him that had no business going his way. And then he's getting frustrated and your team's getting frustrated and just coming down the other way. This game, they were very patient and deliberate about when to get him the ball, when the opportunity was there, when he was open, when the defenders weren't around, when people were getting doubled. Get him the ball when it makes sense and not force him the ball. Gives him some easier buckets. It gets him going a little bit better. And I don't think he had a lot of points. What do you end up with, like 8 points and 9 rebounds? The Pistons' whole, like the rebound part was excellent. We'll get into that in a second. The offense just isn't going all that well. That doesn't mean you have to force it to him. Like just look for it, but do not force it is where I'm at with it.
It's one of the things BBall Paul is so good at is cutting, which Duren doesn't do as much, or they're just looking out for him. But so many times he cuts, finds himself under the rim, and he's got really good hands too. Because I get frustrated watching Duren sometimes where he'll get his hand on a ball, but he won't get the board.
Yes.
And it's just maddening, where you get the team rebound for the Magic just because it flies out of bounds or bounces off Duren's mitt to Suggs or something. And BBall Paul is really, really good and strong with the ball.
Yes. It stuck to his hand, and he can like spin around. I like that. You can do a little spin, and put it in the hole. When JD tries to do something like that, it's kind of like he's just throwing it off the backboard, and it's hard to watch. But
it's wild because that wasn't the case in the regular season. The regular season it looked good and graceful from JD, but in this series, it really does look like it's just a toss up at the back.
I think that they might be in his head a little bit.
I mean, I've been seeing what Angel Reese has been posting, and I get it. Like, I get it. She feeling it. For those who don't know, Duren and Angel Reese used to be a thing, and now she's with Wendell, and she's subbing Duren pretty hard in the socials. So if you're into that sort of drama,
it's juicy. It's juicy. I don't like the NBA is a pretty good soap opera. All in all, it's and this series in general is just it's been drama.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I will say I do, and I told you this, Harry. I do like Stewart on Paolo. I think that's the matchup. No one else is guarding him on our team. Like, he's too big for Ausar. He's too big for Cade. Tobias is too slow. I think Beef Stew's got the best chance on him. Put Tobias on Goga, and let's just switch this matchup.
I'm super down. I'd love to see more Stu on Paolo. I got to say I do like how they're playing this Paolo game because he's had 2 games where he shot pretty well, and he's had some games where he shot very poorly, and he's not exactly like the best playmaker, right? It's just okay. I'd be happier on the Paolo matchups if they wouldn't sag off of Desmond Bane.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Just don't sag off Bane,
Yes,
and
dude.
everything should be fine. Richard says Cade has done a decent job on Paolo. I think that's true. I think Tobias has done a decent job on Paolo.
Wu has done all right in his minutes on
Wu
Paolo.
has done all right on Paolo. It's just he's a big guy. Here's another
Yeah.
thing I want to point out. Like when Paolo's guarding Cade, which he did in this game because Franz isn't there. We should also say this series is probably a little bit different because Franz hasn't been there, and he's just like so massive as far as like a Cade matchup, and
he's their closer too.
Yeah. So that sucks for them, but also this is who Franz has been. He's always injured. He's always out. Ibrahim says we still alive, fellas. Welcome to the chat, Ibrahim. But like when Paolo matched up on Cade still kind of won the matchup, and it takes away energy from Paolo. So like, let him do that.
That's an exhausting cover.
Let him do that all friggin' day. Here's what I want to focus on with the front court and just with this team in general, because Cade's not part of the front court. Ausar's not really part of the front court. Mickey, you said earlier, 3 Pistons and starters with 10 rebounds. That doesn't include Jalen Duren. Ausar, Cade, Tobias, 10 rebounds apiece. Jalen Duren, 9 rebounds. Duncan Robinson, 5 rebounds. Every game in this series has been won by the team that has won the rebound battle. Straight up. And you can see it. It's like an energy thing. It's who's attacking the glass, who's going for the loose balls that are coming off the glass. What's happening there? If you want to win this game between two teams who are pretty poor shooters, there are a lot of opportunities to get the ball. There's a lot of opportunities to get second chance shots. There's a lot of opportunities to end possessions by grabbing that rebound. That is the way they have to win. And the Pistons tonight showed that they have guys who can do that. They also showed that they can stop guys from doing that. Aaron, do you know off the top of your head how many rebounds in 32 minutes Wendell Carter Jr. had?
No, 5, 6.
Goose egg. 0.
Oh,
not a single rebound.
They're a 7-footer. They're a 7-foot center.
Wow.
And it's not like they weren't missing shots to grab the rebounds for. They missed plenty of shots. They missed 33 shots in the second half. You should be able to grab a couple there. Win the boards, box out, go for it. Win the game. Like you said about Paul Reed chasing after, making it look like Jalen Duren should learn how to or reminding Jalen Duren how to grab rebounds. There was a rebound, a pretty big offensive rebound or defensive rebound. It was a corner 3 that Orlando shot, and Jalen Duren out hustled 2 guys to go get it as it bounced pretty far away. He's usually getting those rebounds like right by the basket. This one was a good grab and go get for him. And I do think his rebounding in the final parts of the game has been pretty good. So as an area of focus, get the defense going on and get these rebounds happening. That's how they should win the game, and bring Paul Reed in, because Paul Reed has a different sort of energy to this team. There's another player who brings that sort of energy to the team, or at least he did it in the regular season, and we haven't seen him for 3 straight freaking games at this point. Hasn't played a single minute, maybe 4 games at this point. Ron Holland seems to be relegated to the bench, and I get it. This man can't shoot. He was shooting better near the end of the season. I kind of want to see if that could happen. So I think he only took 1 3, but he's for some reason in the doghouse, or it's just that they're shortening this rotation. But Kevin Huerter's out. Why do you think we're not seeing Ron Holland right now, Aaron?
I think it's because Karis LeVert is so amazing. The only explanation. I mean, you would think it's because he's not a good shooter, but we only have like 2 good shooters, and one of them's out. So I mean, Cade too, but so it's like I would like to see him. I would have liked to see him when we were down 24 and just like bring a different vibe, different energy, because he's that kind of guy. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, man. I think he should have some of those Karis minutes, because he's not shooting very well. So like, why is he out there?
Karis, I believe, is out there for his ball handling ability. Like they've been playing the last couple games the Cade, Danis, Karis lineup, which they didn't play like at all during the regular season. And I think he's been pretty good in the series. Not scoring a ton of points, but I think defensively he's been pretty good. I don't want to shit on Karis for this series. Also, he's only playing like 4 minutes a game when we're really talking about it, right? So I think, because it's not like you want Ron Holland handling the ball, dribbling around. That's not like his bag, right? So when it really comes down to like what's up with the minutes, I'm curious why he's not playing more 4 minutes. And I'm curious if it's because they think he's going to foul Paolo when he's guarding him at that 4 position because of like his decision making and because he's a pretty aggressive defender. But I'd like to see him make some transition plays. I'd like to see him get it going. Mickey, why do you think he hasn't been in? What do you think is going on with the Ron Holland situation?
I think it's sort of what you both said with the lack of offense and the potential to foul. But I mean, I think pretty much every game, Ron forces an offensive foul just on screens. So I don't know. I think he would be good, but I also just sort of think it's the pack the paint of it all with Magic, and just we need to be able to, Wu can hit an open three, Tobias can hit an open three. I think Ron showed the ability to hit an open three, but I just think it's the fact that they can sag off him a little bit on defense and live with the results. I don't even think he's as good a 3-point shooter as Suggs, who can get hot. But I think his energy is good. I agree. I think, even though Karras is only playing 4 minutes, Danis is playing a lot of minutes, and I do like his handling. He had 3 assists to 1 turnover in this game. Even though his shot's not really falling, the shot diet isn't great. He's steadier with the ball and can at least make a good read. But no, I think Ron could play a few minutes. And I think that if and when we get out of this round, we'll see more Ron. And, the rotation's short, but it's not that short. We played 10 guys last night. So, it's not like, okay, only 8 guys. And I think what a lot of fans have been clamoring for, and what some of the frustration towards JB is, one of the Pistons' assets is their depth. And we're not seeing as much of it. And I think we're struggling as a result. So yeah, I mean, the playoffs are the playoffs, and there's only so many guys you can play, especially with Cade playing 42 minutes, but which is nuts, especially with the lung thing. But yeah, I think Ron's time will come. I just think this matchup has been hard for everybody. This has been such an insane series. Both fan bases are just, our fingernails are ground to a nub. We're sweating through our clothes. It's been a stressful one, but it's been cool in that they're 2 bad shooting, defensive minded teams, and it's the old school basketball that everyone's been clamoring for. So you gotta love it for that. The Paolo Cade number one pick battle has been really fun. And, I don't have those feelings I had about the Knicks where I'm just like last season, where I just hated those guys. I hated the way they played. I hated the flopping. I hated the officiating, and I hated Celebrity Row.
Oh my God.
I hated Chalamet. I did not go see the Bob Dylan movie. I won't.
I'm not going to see Marty Supreme either.
He's not seeing it.
They're
He's
both
not
good.
seeing it.
Sorry, guys.
They're both pretty good. Aaron's seeing them, but
A dude apologist over here.
I live in LA. I'm allowed.
But yeah, no, it's been what it's been.
I think you're right, and I think people online who say that like this has been like some ugly, like bad basketball at its peak, I don't think it's bad basketball. I think it's a specific style of basketball. We held the Orlando to 83 and to 79 in this series. It's impressive physical battling. This is 2 teams giving it their all on a regular basis, not getting like crazy. Just because you're not making a ton of shots does not mean it's bad basketball.
Right. This is way more beautiful than the Cavs. Like they're going to score a lot of points, but this is like going all out every moment, and just like everyone's busting their ass, and it's beautiful. And I think like, because we faced this existential threat in the first round, we're really like finding ourselves. It feels like the foundation to like go forward from. Like this has like caused us to lean into what we're good at, like 80% even more. Like we're like becoming so good at those things now. And I got this feeling that whoever we face next, we're gonna, assuming we win, whoever we face next, it feels like we're just going to eat them up, because we just went through such a fucking grind, and things are just going to open up, and our defense is still going to be like dogs,
And yeah, I think you're right. I think they're, especially yesterday, if yesterday didn't make it abundantly clear, the defense is what this team is. The defense is what wins games for this team. And Cade's part of it. It's like Cade and some of the offense, and then the defense is what turns it around. Fred says, at what point does Ausar become Rodman? Limited ball handling, almost no shooting, except under the basket, and 100% defense. He's there. Like, he's essentially there at this point.
That's the floor. That's like
exactly. Like, I can't wait to see what he becomes, because I also do believe the offense can grow a little. He's just such a hard worker and such a smart dude. And I actually think the assists are a little bit better than what Rodman has to offer as well. But, like, you're right. Coming into, if the next series happens, we're going to have to remember that they'll have been off of 3 straight wins with their back against the wall, feeling that the amount of emotional energy they'll feel going into the next round, if that happens, is something. Even if they lose this series, there's positive things to take away from this team. And the season has been so incredible. It's just been wonderful to be here. It's been wonderful to be part of this community, and like feeling all these things, having all the feels right now. Aaron, before we tell people to like and subscribe, you are kind of an expert when it comes to being aware of your feels, and like just being aware of yourself and knowing how to operate under that. And it's not just because you're a stand-up comedian, and the only way you can remain sane if you're a stand-up comedian is to get emotionally in touch a little bit. I mean, some aren't doing that. I'm in the long run. if you want to get into it, how did you brought something special to the show? Why don't you lay it out for us a little bit here?
Well, last time I was here, we did a little meditation for the Pistons, and I think that really helped them get to this point where they're at now. And so, we want to keep the good vibes going, but we've also been through a very emotional first round series. It's not over yet. So I don't know about you guys, but I've had a lot of feelings come up and a lot of triggers and a lot of stress. And I just think it's going to be good for us to acknowledge some of those stressors, so we can be in touch with reality, and then also let them go so we can move on to the second round free and ready to play. So yeah, there's a technique that I learned in the mountains of the Himalayas. It's called EFT, emotional freedom technique. So basically it's called tapping, and you're supposed to tap little points on your body while you're acknowledging the pain that you felt, and then you let go of that pain while you're tapping the place. So you have like a meridian lines throughout all your body. It's like Eastern medicine, and you tap all the way and, basically open up these energy fields. So
meridian lines are vertical.
Do that.
Is that right? Meridian lines are vertical, like on the globe?
Mostly vertical. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I thought we could go through a little process to help us clear what's already happened, so we can move on fresh to what's coming.
Yeah, everybody get your hands ready to to tap. Get your tap on a little bit.
Here we go. Little hands Moros over here.
I had to pull him out.
I knew what he was reaching for every time.
Little hands Moros.
Yeah, man, I can't help it. I can barely palm a basketball.
Okay,
it's tough stuff.
That is tiny.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
But I'm ready for it.
Oh yeah, beautiful. Okay. All right. So are we ready?
Let's do it, dude. Let's do it.
Okay,
Let's tap.
so
let's tap it.
Everyone at home, you can follow this along and tap.
I'm looking at you, Dad.
Yeah, and you guys, Harry and Mickey, you can repeat after me after I say a line, okay?
Sure.
And you at home as well. So let's get this going. We'll get a little soundtrack. Let's just like take a breath together, everyone. Just one big inhale. And just let it all out. Let it all out. Okay. Now, I want you to tap the side of your hand and repeat after me. Even though Jalen Duren has looked less in his prime killing it and more like prime Darko Milicic, he's so going to have a double-double before these playoffs are over.
Even though Jalen Duren has looked less like his prime self and more like prime Darko Milicic,
he's going to have a double-double
for this,
in this playoffs.
All right,
let's break these up into clauses a little bit. The order of the blazing horse has been
a bad matchup. It's a bad matchup.
It's a bad
matchup. Not a max contract.
Not a max contract.
All right. Now tap the inside of your eyebrow. Even I do believe Dennis Jenkins will remember he's good. Go ahead.
I do believe
Dennis
Jenkins will remember he's good.
Even though his shooting percentage would make a billionaire horny.
Even though his shooting percentage would make a billionaire horny.
Because it's in the teens. Great. Now tap the back end of your eyebrow.
All right.
Even though it was the easiest matchup of this series.
Even though it was the
easiest matchup of this series.
It's so satisfying to make Kendrick Perkins and Stephen A. Smith look dumb.
It's so satisfying
to make
Kendrick Perkins and Stephen A.
Smith look
dumb. Just feel that energy. They look so stupid right now. And they did before. They're just continuing. All right, now tap under your eye. Even though I don't know if I believe Jesus actually walked on water.
Even though I don't know if I actually believe Jesus walked on water.
I do believe Ausar will find a jump shot.
I do believe
Ausar will find a jump shot.
Yes. Beautiful. Now tap under your nose. Even though our offense has much room for improvement.
Even though
our offense
has
much room for improvement.
Our defense is more annoying than dating Desmond Bain.
Our defense is more annoying than dating Desmond Bain.
Terrible. Now tap below your bottom lip. Even though Karis LeVert often seems lost on parts of the floor that are made of wood.
Even though
Karis LeVert
often looks lost on parts of the floor that are made of wood.
I do believe he can play defense like he does not have a concussion.
I do believe
he can play defense like he does not have a concussion.
And I'm sorry, Karis, you got better. This was when I was really upset in the first half. All right. Now tap below your collarbone. Even though we've had a major scare.
We have
a major scare.
We have the best player in the conference and the best defense as well.
We have the best
player in the conference and the best defense as well.
Okay, we're just going to round this out. Tap your third eye. Even though the first round was painful.
Even though the first round was painful.
The first cut is the deepest.
The first cut is the deepest.
And baby, we'll try to love again.
And baby, we'll try to love again.
Now tap the top of your head. The mantra, Game 7 win.
Game 7 win.
Round 2 series shorter than Desmond Bain's arms.
Round 2
shorter than Desmond Bain's arm.
Now just breathe into that. NBA Finals on the way. And let's just move on from this, guys. Together. It was a painful round, but we're going to make it out together. Detroit basketball, baby. Let's go.
Detroit basketball.
Detroit basketball, baby.
Wow. Aaron, you did it again. always a treat. Such a pleasure. I feel cleansed. Harry, how do you feel?
I felt all the anxiety flow out my body on that. Truly get those crystals up. Get them crystals up.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron, thank you so much for joining us. Do you have anything you want to plug before? Maybe plug dopamine, plug any of your other stuff going on?
We're going to be doing Netflix is a Joke May 6th at the Woods in WeHo. If anyone's there, I'm filming a special in Northern California on May 16th. Come on up from Detroit. We'd love to have you.
Where in Northern give details on that.
It's a town called Nevada City. It's a beautiful hippie mountain California town. It's one of my favorite places. So I'm excited to do it there.
Sick, dude. Amazing. I didn't know that was going on. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, man.
If you guys haven't seen Aaron do stand, I mean, you just saw him here. Very funny. Aaron's one of my favorite comedians. I'm lucky to call him my friend. I liked him as a comedian before we became friends. Happy I was able to keep my cool while it was all going on. And do yourself a favor. Go out to Nevada City. Go see him. Go look him up. Incredible talent. Aaron, thank you so much for joining us today, man.
Thank you for having me, gentlemen. Beautiful time.
Very much appreciated. Mickey, you got anything you want to plug before we get on out of here?
I don't. I'm feeling so good going into Game 7 now that we got all that nasty Desmond Bain, Walt Disney stash energy gone. You know, feels good. Feels pure.
Hopefully we can wave bye-bye to Bane. Hopefully we can say bye-bye to the Orlando Magic. Get him out of here. Hopefully we can get him out of here.
Studio?
Yeah, man.
Special guest.
In there.
So fun, but get ready for the game on Sunday at 3:30. That'll be Game 7, one of several Game 7s for the Eastern Conference for the playoffs. Hopefully we can get a move on into that, and we'll be back next week, and we're going to close out the show as we always do. So people in the chat, take part in this too. We're going to close it out by saying the OOBH acronym aloud, reading it like an onomatopoeia, because that's how a horse would talk anyway. And as always, I've been Harry.
And I'm Mickey.